Alright, so there's still one way to do it. To meet up with Akira, not Kyuko. Kyuuhei meeting up with Akira, but not meeting up with him in the game. That's the other thing that's the other way I think of it right now. So let's try this. So let's meet with him, but how can I skip this now? So we are skipping the first. Go, 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 go. Oh fuck. What has been chosen? I don't know. Let's stop the skipping now. Alright, so I guess we're gonna be back to the game now. And let's decline. And there's also one choice we can make here, which is to, I don't remember if it was right now or before, to stay at home or meet up with Kana. But I'm not sure about it. I mean, we had such a choice, but I'm not sure whether it was now or somewhere before. I can't recall right now. Okay, we all saw this. We can skip it, because there's no point to read this again and waste the time. Shrine. Alright, so this is something new. The meeting place was Tenshu Shrine. Shijo was waiting there in casual clothes. It's good that you survived. Thank you. So, how have you progressed so far? For starters, what kind of a game is this? So-called bad end. I want to know more details about the overall structure. I nodded and told him what I've experienced since I started the game. After telling him the general plot and game structure, a few concerns immediately came to mind. The first bothersome thing in mind: Iwasaki seems to have a habit of screwing around with guys. That's part of the game's plot. So that's why you brought that up when we first met. But I will say it again, the Kyuko I know in real life isn't that type of person. So why is there a plot twist like that? The game seems to totally look down upon her character. I can't help but feel resentment towards her. Resentment? Iwasaki seems to invoke someone's wrath and was being stalked because of it. Do you think there could be even the slightest possibility? The words came out of Shijo like a weak old man. It's possible. That could be true. What? What do you mean? I've kept it a secret from Kana, but I did meet with Kyuko before. Eh? So the game scenario was accurate after all. It makes sense that the correct answer was not to accept his offer in the game, to go out. What are you saying sounds spot on. The meeting played out very similar to that. What was the meeting about? Was Kana mentioned? Well, there was something. We've been dating almost half a year now. We've been going steady as lovers for quite a while, but we haven't thought about going further, you know? Okay, well, so what? So what I'm getting at is, are you willing to be more serious? Do you think it's about time we commit to each other more? I don't understand what you're getting at. But don't you think that you should think about Kana feelings first? I see now. That has to be it. It makes sense. It was a heated conversation. It was an intimate conversation and one I could never talk to Kana about. But please, don't misunderstand. Nothing has changed, okay? Nothing new has happened between us. Oh, I see. But Kana totally misunderstood the situation. Hey, what are you doing? Kana? What are you doing here? Well, I've been telling you since you left school. I felt something fishy was going on. No, you're totally misunderstanding this. Then why were you having a secret meeting all the way out here? What were you two talking about? Well, I just couldn't bring myself to tell Kana. I couldn't tell her the truth. It didn't feel right. It's not fair. Kyuko, I hate you. Kana, wait. Don't. In a confused state, Kana ran out in the road. Then, oh, so that's what happened. Then she was hit by a car. To be honest, it wasn't the driver's fault. I mean, she just ran out into the street. The ambulance arrived on the scene and immediately took her to the hospital. They were able to save her life, but she's now comatose. That was the last time we were talking to each other. I see. That seems consistent given that Mihashi is definitely in a coma when we met to check on her in the hospital. But I have an obligation to Kana. The feeling struck me like a needle driven into my brain. That means the one bearing a grudge against Iwasaki is... No way. I can't believe it. Then shortly afterward, Kyuko was involved in an accident as well. She had mentioned it. She felt that something was after her, right? Yes, that's correct. There's no way this could just be a coincidental situation. There's no hardcore tangible evidence, but it just makes too much sense. It seems like the only possibility. The one that had a grudge against Iwasaki it's Mihashi, isn't it? You've got to be kidding. This would make sense given the facts. After Mihashi was involved in an accident, Iwasaki was targeted and injured not long afterwards. Mihashi just didn't have it in her to forgive Iwasaki, who was proceeding to steal her lover. That's just misunderstanding. That's the facts. She was in an accident due to a misunderstanding. She fell into a coma, still bearing a grudge. The wrath of Mihashi came out and attacked Iwasaki. Mihashi's grudge was just too strong. Do you think that she might be involved in the creation of Bad End? This would be a clear motive to do something like this. Even though I considered the possibility, it was just way out there. However, Shijou wasn't trying to shoot down my theory. Oh shit, Kana? I can't believe this. Why aren't you going after me? It's me who you should be after, damn it! It seems she truly believed it was her best friend's fault, not her boyfriend's. What it comes down to is, she misunderstood by Iwasaki. For God's sake, I skipped line. I can't believe this. All the pieces fit together. Now I understand it, and I'm glad that I actually decided to check this out, because as I told you guys before, for the first time when I saw Kyuko realizing that it might be Kana, when I saw this option to choose from, like there was option to choose that the Kana is the shadow, or my thoughts are completely messed up, like she's my friend. I had similar feeling, like how Kana could be the ghost. At this point, it wasn't all clear to me, but because of this now and what happens to Kyuko and Kana in real world, it all makes sense. So yeah. This was the only possibility I could think of. What are you going to do? Will you continue playing the game? I need to know the truth. Please keep going. And solve this thing. Please, I'm begging you. Yeah, I will keep going. I will contact you again after the next session to let you know I'm still alive. And I think what will happen when we got to Mika the park with the shadow, Akira could be with us. And I'm just wondering what's actually going to happen if we and Akira will be there together to meet the shadow, because that's what I think this is leading to, so I'm pretty excited to see. Shijo seemed to be legitimately shocked. He walked away with his back hunched. I'm going home as well. I'm going to beat Bad End for sure. Alright. The adrenaline rush started thinning out a few hours after I started for home, but the thought still nagged at me again and again. The fear of Mihashi actually being behind this insane game grew stronger each passing second. When Iwasaki was attacked by Ku's shadow, Mihashi was behind it the whole time. I opened the mobile phone and fired up Bad End. I'm coming closer to the truth. Alright, so I think this is the time to skip as well, because we saw all of this. Alright. Okay. Yeah, and this is the part when I saw it, it didn't kind of make sense to me, but given the fact that such an option appeared, I thought it is possible, but it wasn't clear to me why. But since we've matched all the puzzles and the whole story makes sense now, it seems pretty obvious that she's the cursed shadow. I'm gonna save it again on this file. And yeah, let's choose this one. Alright, we all saw this. Go, 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 go. I could start to sing right now. Alright, we all saw this. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you very much for coming. But the short time is about to come. Not yet. Alright, so this is when Kyuuhei dies. Alright. So Kyuuhei was gonna get a text message from someone, because it's not at this point it's not relevant to him who sent the text message, but we know it's Kana. Her grudge, actually. But now we have to pay attention, because he can inform Akira about the meeting, so we have to see if there's some new lines. Okay, so this is new, I think. She was involved in an accident due to a misunderstanding and rendered comatose. This caused her to haunt Iwasaki and drove her into accident as well. On top of that, Mihashi made the game Bad End just for this reason. She did this to make Iwasaki suffer. I was sure I had all the facts right. It's not conclusive, but still. I will get her to tell me everything. Most of all, I want to know why all those people and my best friend had to die. Why did you have to die? I want to know the truth and why he was possessed to play this twisted game. I must go to the spot on the map and find out. And that's what I thought is going to happen as well. I have to tell Shijo about this. As shocking as it will be, I have to tell him straight out. I called up Shijo. What happened? I talked about the fact and that I cleared Bad End and backed up my reasoning with the concrete details. Well, that's unfortunate. Upon Shijo hearing the news, his voice becomes sulky. Can I come over tonight? Kana will come. Won't she? Most likely, yes. I think something like a shadow will appear. It will come out of Mihashi's body. I need to talk to Kana, please. I have to. I was going to ask if you could join me anyways. I could use your help. Thank you. After the revelation was revealed, I hung up with Shijou. For now, I need to calm down. I'll put an end to all of this midnight. I must prepare myself physically and mentally. Alright, so this is the exciting part right now. Because this will be very, very new. I met up with Shijou and we went to the place marked on the map. The only sounds he heard were our own footsteps. We finally made it to the appointed place. Is it right here? Yeah. It ended up being a deserted park, illuminated slightly by some nearby lampposts. It seems nobody will be disturbed by whatever ends up happening. It's about 5 minutes till midnight. It's almost time. Is Kana really the one behind this whole thing? I couldn't possibly imagine it. But it's the truth. You can't deny it. You mentioned on the way over here, your best friend was killed by this game, right? Yes, I'm almost positive that was the case. He probably made a mistake early on in the game. I told Shijou about my main concern for finding out the mystery and why I was putting my neck on the line to beat the game. Hearing about how I lost my best friend, Akira responded with a sad expression. Even though it brought back an emotional memory, it wasn't Akira's fault because he didn't know. So what do you think about Kana? I mean, being in the hospital in coma, will you still visit her if she remains that way? It's true, Tomihashi misunderstood everything from the beginning and the commas stemmed from it. While she misunderstood, it doesn't excuse what she did. Although I haven't heard it from her yet, I'm fairly certain it's the truth. Shijou naturally wants to protect Mihashi. I would like to think that tonight will end on a happy note, but I'm not sure what's going to happen. Yeah. Do you think it will be a good idea if you watched from behind cover? Why? In case I was suddenly attacked. In that case, you can get away in time. I couldn't leave you behind. Please, just listen to me. I don't want both us to die. No more sacrifices in vain. Can't be helped. I'll do as you say. Shijou took cover behind a bush, like I asked. I glanced at my wristwatch. It's almost midnight, and the time was midnight on the dot. I took a deep breath and called out in a raised voice. Mihashi, are you there? If you are here, come out! My voice echoed through the night. Then I felt a slight presence. She is here. A form blacker than the sky appears before me. It was identical to the cursed shadow that appeared in Bad End, the one responsible for Yuji's death. Finally, I meet you at last. You're surely behind this twisted game. I knew I was right. I said this bravely for someone who wasn't armed. I'm sure if I attacked it in any way, it wouldn't hurt the thing at all. Whatever may happen, fighting probably isn't an option. Will I make out of this alive? It's not looking good, but I have to know the truth. I made it to the spot that you said. Now, start talking. I want to know everything. Although I probably have a good idea of what's happening. Really? Odd. Is it truly surprised by this? There's no way you can understand. What do you know about me? I take the initiative and explain what I know. I will tell you exactly what you've done wrong and are accountable for. I will tell you about the tragedy that you caused. Mihashi paused for a moment to let it sink in. Woo woo. Akira Salava, my one and only. Hyuko, how dare you betray me? It's all a misunderstanding. Shijou couldn't take it anymore and sprang from his hiding place. Kana! Oh, Akira, my darling, Akira. Ah, Akira! My Akira! This is all a misunderstanding. Kana, I could never abandon you. The only time I could talk was at the time, and Kyuuhei was the only person I could think of. Because I love you. I couldn't tell you about about the meeting. It would have hurt too much. Please believe me, Kana. Aha. Then Mihashi began to tremor intensely. What's happening? The space around her became warped. What was just a dark shadow slowly took shape in the form of a woman. What the fuck? The next moment, the words from Mihashi came out, the blood-curdling scream. I don't believe you! Kana, you... This thing is one and the same as the original Mihashi. Even all this time after the accident, all the negative feeling pent up have gone out of control. The result is this evil being that stands before us. Kyuuhei betrayed me. She's nothing but a slut. Is that the real reason? Because Kyuuhei is a man-eater. To look down upon her. Yes, Kyuuhei is that type of human. You haven't answered any of my questions. Why did you kill the other players? You had no right to do so. Ha 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 ha. I'm trapping Kyuuhei's soul into the game. She will never get out. The truth is, whenever someone dies as a result of a bad end, Kyuuhei's soul bears the brunt of it with dire consequences. She is punished for their mistakes. Then Kyuuhei bears a grudge against the player, and she in turn murders that person. This was the whole purpose of my game, but I'm the only that actually killed them. How could you do such a selfish thing? The prey's last thought before the die was, it was Kyuuhei. She was the monster. Then I showed the entirety of what transpired to Kyuuhei's soul, and she would break down crying. Everything was meant to torment Kyuuhei. I see now. I knew that there had to have a bigger reason for this whole plot, but did Yuji have to die because of this demon's selfish acts? Kana, please, you've done enough. No more, please. How do you wake Kana and Kyuuhei? Tell us. Haha, haha. That's not possible. What? The title of the game is Bad End, so that means there's no happy endings. You can't be serious. Damn it, stop messing around. Ha ha ha. All your hopes just get dashed into despair. Now die. An overwhelming darkness races at us like a rabid beast. This is it. I'm done for. I'm not much for it even if I resisted. I'm going to die here. Damn, I'm too young to die. I want to shout this, but it all seems so hopeless. If anything, it felt good to die knowing how Yuji was killed. You have done well, Kyuuhei. Huh? What are they? Shijou screamed and edged back. Then... the fuck? The area around Mihashi started changing. Something it obviously didn't like. Wait, those are... Kyuuhei... that voice... Yuji? Is that you? You have been waiting all this time to fight back against the one who murdered us. I won't forgive you. I won't forgive you. Die, die, die! I will kill you. I will kill you. I will shred you into teeny tiny pieces. They are the souls of the dead people killed by bad ends. They must seek revenge. They've held grudges for too long. Karma is a bitch. That's my favorite quote ever. Karma is a bitch. Stop it! Mihashi struggles and tries to resist desperately, but the souls of the dead people persist and keep at Mihashi's body, slowly cutting her down. Help! Help! Akira! Shigeru is aghast of the scene playing out before him, but he gritted his teeth and shouted, "The one who I'm going to help is the real Kana, in the hospital! You are the reason that Kana is suffering through this nightmare! Just die already!" "No, you're wrong! It's me, Kana, the real Kana, I'm right here!" Some gibberish. So I guess there is actually a good ending to this game. An unintelligible strings of words erupted from Mihashi in a death cry. Then she vanished. The souls of dead people had vanished as well. Yuji. Even though I call out to him, I can't hear his voice. Did he pass on the afterlife? Is he resting in peace? It seems that now I can finally pray that his soul may rest in peace for eternity. About Kana and Kyuko, they are probably free from the curse. That evil spirit was truly terrified. I'm still shaken by the whole thing. I agree. It was all totally unbelievable. They even came to me in my dreams, urging me to keep playing Bad End. I'm sorry, I have to tweak my microphone. At one time, though, I thought they were hunting and cursing me, but that assumption was quickly laid to the rest. They were wishing to be freed from the curse as well. It's finally over. Let's go check on them. It's very late now. It'll be soon dawn. Alright. I opened the mobile phone to have a look. Then I watched as the button icon slowly dissolved from the screen. It was all though I never downloaded at all. Morning eventually came without me sleeping a wink. I laid out at school again and met Shigeru in front of the hospital. Hi, good morning. Good morning. You couldn't sleep either, huh? You look like a zombie. Besides the relentless, his eyes were glimmering with anticipation. I've waited for this day to come. It's really a miracle in itself. I was informed before coming that Kana and Kyuko really have awakened. Alright! Shigeru and I made our way into the hospital and went through the same procedure as last time. We were finally called on to visit Mihashi's room. Kana! Akira. Mihashi, who was placid and pale, stared at her boyfriend from her bed. Thank you for coming. Hey, that's my line. I've waited so long for you to wake up. Her eyes catch my face incessantly. Who's that guy? It seems she doesn't remember anything about that incident. He's a good friend of mine. He was really worried about you too. Shigeru gestures to follow his lead. I nodded in silence. So what were you about to say? It looked like you were going to say something. What I was going to tell you about what had happened. It was all a misunderstanding. Of course, I know that. There's no way you would betray me like that. Kyuko wouldn't do that. She wouldn't betray me. Mihashi's eyes started to get moist, then tears rolled down her cheeks. I was filled with selfishness after the accident and caused so much trouble. No, it's okay. It's over now. Will you hear me out? I had a very scary dream. I was frozen in place. Mihashi's scary dream. What kind of a dream did you have? Mihashi gave an apologetic expression with tear-stricken eyes. In my dream, I had become a terrible monster. Though I don't remember it in detail, it was very disturbing. I'm so scared. I believe a large number of people died because of me. If a word from this got around, there was no way anyone else would believe it. But what she described is exactly what happened in Bad End. Mihashi's misplaced wrath was responsible for the murder of a large number of people due to that game. Please, it was a dream. Tell me it was just a dream. Of course it was. CYOA made eye contact with me as to follow along. I nodded again. The visiting hours finally ended and we had to leave. CYOA spoke up. I'm sorry, but I know. It's for the best. I don't mean to hold a grudge against her for what happened. It was all a series of misfortunes. Thank you so much for understanding. It means a great deal to me. Thank you again. Come on, let's get check up on Kyuuhei. Akira! Hi, long time no see. Kyuuhei Iwasaki. I immediately recognized her from the game. She was just as pretty as in the game, and my heart started throbbing unintentionally. Did you skip out and classes just to come see me? I heard that Kana had awakened. There was no way anything could have stopped me from coming right away. Kana too. Kana too. I knew it. Knew what? Maybe she... You never stayed in contact, have you? You said you didn't see her since childhood, right? Well, yeah, that's right. Speaking of which, I explained that I'm actually a friend of Iwasaki. This was awkward. What should I do to make sense of this? Kyuuhei Inui. So you remember? Yes, I remember it all. Huh, that's good to hear. She just actually misunderstanding a bit. In actuality, Iwasaki and I aren't acquaintances at all. Iwasaki is remembering the events from Bad End, unlike Mihashi. Listen, I want to be alone with Inui for a moment. Alright, so you two are pretty close, huh? Possibly you two kept a promise for the future. With that remark, CYOA left the room. Thank you for your help. So you didn't forget what had happened in the events of Bad End? Yes, unfortunately I remember it all. For several months, I was tormented beyond anything you could imagine. My soul was torn from my body by the game, and I could only sit and helplessly watch. Every time a player killed me in the game, I felt intense pain, and the wrath of Kana's spirit attacked the player. The player mistook it from me holding a grudge, and a result was killed. I was in so much pain. It's just as the shadow had said. Iwasaki had suffered so much pain and torment. But then help came. You decided to play the game and saved my life. The truth is, I played the game because I wanted to know what killed my best friend. No matter what the risk was, I needed to know. You persevered till the end and helped me. Thank you so much. Iwasaki laughed calmly. Her smile immediately set me at ease. But there is still something I need to ask her. Do you have any resentment towards Mihashi? No. Kana was the only one responsible for tormenting me. I had fallen victim to someone's bad intentions by pure chance. That's actually a relief. It seems she doesn't remember that. Detail of Bad End. It's probably for the best to keep the secret to myself. I don't hold a grudge against her for what happened. Okay. Phew. So with that, everything is settled. So I guess my business here is done. I guess I'll say goodbye to Iwasaki. For some reason, I feel a deep sense of longing, a sense of loneliness. Listen, Inui. Will you come visit me again? Huh? What did she just say? Just like Kana and her boyfriend, I want someone to be with. Someone to visit me and spend time with me and talk to. That would truly make me happy. I see. Captivated by her beauty, There is no way I could decline. So I guess they would get together. Then I suddenly recall, if a play had a clear bad end, there was a reward waiting at the end. Maybe this is what that means. That meant, after all, the incentive for players to play the game. But I never imagined that the reward would be in this form. Then sometime later. You seem to be higher spirits lately. Oh, I'm finally dating. What? Kaname's face registered shock that I had never seen him do before. Why are you surprised? There's still some good guys left, you know? I see. So you finally let it go. You just circumstances and all. Oh, it was really good. I really owe you a lot. Thank you. Owe me? What did I do? It was due to Kaname that I was able to make the initial contact with her. He had seen how depressed I was and invited me out for sweets. Without that, I might not have found out the truth. Yeah, so if you wouldn't met up with Kaname, then probably we wouldn't be seeing this ending as well. So I was able to track her down quicker than expected. Kyuuhei! Hey, Kyuko! It was only until recently that I started using an informal way of addressing her. I now I call her by her first name, Kyuko. Everywhere we went, everyone immediately knew we were a pair. How is your body feeling? It's doing better. I can't get out much longer due to getting my strength back. In the hospital, her muscles had atrophied to the point where she couldn't even stand up. With rehabilitation, her strength slowly returned. For the past week is when she was finally able to walk again. Shijo insists that Kyuko is still immature, but I think that the whole experience changed her. In my opinion, I think it's made her a bit more assertive, which is a plus. It helps her self-esteem. Kana and Kira seem to be going steady now as well. Heh, yeah, I agree. Shall we go on a double date one of these days? You know that's not such a bad idea. Kana Mihashi. Her rehabilitation is also going well. Each day is progressively better. Shijo is constantly inspiring her and helping her out, so I don't have to worry. By the way, Baden has completely disappeared. Yeah, the game's webpage is also gone as well. The avatar is gone, and the game hasn't somehow cursed us with its existence again, thank goodness. From that day, Baden had completely disappeared from the internet. The devoted posters of the BBS anonymity board who had been wanting a copy were sad, but if only they knew what was in store for them, they would have stayed the hell away from it from the start. Do you think a game like that will be made again? I honestly don't know. Even if there was, I would never play it. That's a relief. If you die without me, I'll be all alone. Kiko folded her arms over me and gave me a warm embrace. I lost my best friend to this whole tragedy, but in the end I was happy. If I learned anything, is that a small misunderstanding can make a mountain out of a molehill. That was just a part of human nature. Therefore, I wouldn't be surprised if something similar to Bad End was created again someday. Hopefully, it would get deleted before anyone got injured or worse, killed. All I could do is pray that it wouldn't come to that. Is that the ending? Alright, so we see the ending credits. So we managed to actually see the true ending, which is a happy ending, which I'm happy about as well. So maybe I will summarize the game right now. How to start with what should I say at the very beginning? I said at the very beginning in my first episode that I've never had a chance to play something similar to this. This is my first a novel game. And so I don't have any point of reference, or I don't have anything to compare this game to. But overall, I pretty like this game. I pretty like the whole experience. It was something fresh to me, something pretty interesting, exciting. There were some flaws. Before starting the game, I also read that the game is pretty cliche. Oh yeah, now we're saying ending number 14, true end. So that's the true ending. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy. Oh, hold on a second, guys. It's said that there is a game in which a person that dies in the game will also die in real life. I'm playing it right now. So what's the title of this game? You are next. A nice ending. Thank you for playing. Your score evaluation is as follows. This evaluation is based on the first playthrough. Being such, you probably made a few wrong decisions, which is natural. The evaluation is decided by how many times you encountered bad end from start to finish. The final score is not influenced by a second playthrough. On onwards, the score is permanent on the first playthrough. We appreciate your understanding, so don't feel like you did poorly based on this score. The only way to get the highest possible score is to not make a single mistake. And we made one mistake, so... Now for your evaluation. Rank G. Great date on the first choice. That's really sad. Yeah, so going back to my thoughts, I pretty like the whole experience of this game. It was something new, something fresh, something exciting. The story was pretty interesting as well. I mean, I've read the reviews before I even started recording, and it was said it's pretty cliche, but reviews were pretty positive about the game, so that's why I gave it a chance, and I'm not regretting any single minute of spending my time with this game. I can't say that I'm recommending this game, because if you're seeing this video right now, probably you saw the whole episode, but even if it happens that you saw just this video, then probably you saw the ending as well. So it's pretty pointless to play the game. But if I was to recommend this to someone that haven't seen the videos, for example to my friend, then I will gladly do so, because this is something nice, you know, guys, something interesting. But as I'm saying, maybe if I was to play other novel games, for example 5 or 10 of them, and maybe some novels that are not more experienced, but more expensive, more detailed and more polished, then maybe my opinion will change based on my experience from the other novel games. But as I don't have any of those, and this is something new, something fresh, and first experience, this was pretty interesting. If I had to rate this from 1 to 10, I would probably give it a 7, because there are some flaws, but overall it's pretty interesting. You know, at the very end everything made sense, and it was pretty clear, and so that was it, I think. So a bit more information right now. So for my next project, probably for now there is no next project. I will be continue playing Oblivion. There's still some episodes I have to upload, and I will continue playing Oblivion. But I'm planning to do a Final Fantasy IX Steam Edition Let's Play. So I'm just waiting for the release date, and for the game itself to be released on Steam. So that's on my mind right now, and if the games get to be released, probably I'll be doing Let's Play from Final Fantasy IX. So if you're a Final Fantasy IX fan, or fan of the franchise, or just wanted to see how the game handles from the same Steam edition, just wait for my Let's Play. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for following this this Let's Play and this project. I hope you enjoyed this game as well as my commentary. So even though maybe I haven't done my greatest, but I tried as best as I could. And yeah, and I enjoyed the game and enjoy doing this commentary for you guys. So once again, thank you for your support, for your comments, for your likes, for your subscriptions, and I will see you sometime in the future. I don't know whether it's gonna be Oblivion or Final Fantasy or maybe any other game, but I will see you sometime soon. So until then, guys, cheers!